So a father wanted to take his own life because he didn't feel appreciated. He didn't feel appreciated at work. He didn't feel appreciated at home. So one day he decided that he wanted to take his own life. On the day he decided to do this, on the day before that, he got into a huge argument with his wife. He literally found proof that she was cheating, but he didn't know with who. Once they got into this big argument, she told him that he was worthless and how she wants a divorce because he don't come close to the new guy she's talking to. He has 3 kids, and she said this in front of their 2 little boys and pointed at the father in front of the 2 little boys and said, "Don't you ever grow up to be like him, a worthless piece of crap." So much anger and frustration, he started punching holes in the wall and says, "You can't just have the slightest bit of respect for me in front of my kids." She laughs in his face and says, "Your kids don't even respect you, so why should I?" He points at her and says, "You know what? You pushing it." She said, "You know what? You should get out of my face and go cry to your mother." He said, wait, what did you say to me?" She said, "Wait, oh my God, I forgot that she passed away." She grabs her chest and says, "I am so sorry. Because I bet you your mother is rolling over in her grave because she has a pathetic son like you." He had enough. He snapped. He went in his room, grabbed his weapon, and loaded it up. As he's loading the weapon up, tears is in his eye because he don't want to do it, but he had enough. He walks out the room and starts storming down the stairs. He goes in the living room with the weapon behind his back and tells both of his sons, "Hey, get out." His sons was like, "Get out for what, Dad?" He raises his voice and say, "Just do what I say." The kids get mad and smack their teeth and start walking towards the door. She's screaming, "Look at you, yelling at your own kids. You're freaking pathetic." Now it's no doubt in his mind that he wants to end both of their lives. But the moment he goes to lock the door, as he starts walking towards his wife, he looks out the window and sees a car pull up. It's the young lady mother, father, and sister, and his daughter. So he's thinking to himself, I should still just end it. But he don't want his daughter to experience this. So he wipes his eyes, put the weapon right behind his back, opens the door, and says, "Hey guys, how are you?" They're getting out the car. Nobody speaks to him but his daughter, and she's so excited to see him, telling him everything that she did and how much fun she had. This little girl was so in love with her dad. Family will walk past him and walk into his house without saying anything to him. And that got his blood to boiling really bad. He's thinking to himself, just end it. Nobody appreciates you. Nobody respects you. So his little girl says, "Daddy, you okay?" He said, "Yeah, baby, I'm okay." She said, "Daddy, guess what? I got a surprise for you." He said, "Oh yeah, what is it?" She said, "I can't tell you what it is because I got to give it to you for Father's Day." He said, "Well, Father's Day's tomorrow. Can I just have it right now?" He's only saying this because he wants to end it all right now. She said, "Daddy, I got to give it to you on Father's Day to show you that I appreciate you." The man literally started crying. He don't really know if his daughter really know what appreciation means, but just to hear somebody say that made him feel good. So he hugs his daughter really tight and says, "Baby, I love you." The daughter says, "Daddy, I love you too, but why are you crying?" He said, "I'm crying because you love me." They hugged each other and went back into the house. But that little moment made him feel so appreciated that he didn't want to take his life at this very moment. He tries his best to stay far away from her family as they there. And he keeps thinking to himself, I won't do it for one more day just because of my daughter. So him and his wife get into it again really bad. Now he doesn't want to take his wife's life no more because he feels like if he's gone, then she'll still have one of her parents. So while him and the wife is arguing, she says, "Oh my God, I wish you would leave or disappear or something. That would make my life so much greater." He chuckles and says, oh, be careful what you wish for. She said, "Oh my God, I will pay for somebody to make you disappear." He gets up and he points at her and he says, "Thank your daughter. Just thank your daughter." And then she says, "What does that mean?" He looks at her and squints and says, "If it wasn't for her, you know what? I'm going to be quiet." He walks away as she's screaming at him. He said, "Just make it one more day." Later on, he goes to bed. So when he wakes up, something is burning and he don't know what it is. Now the house has a little cloud of smoke, nothing too major. So the father runs downstairs to see what's going on. He hears his 2 sons yelling at his daughter, "Why would you do this? Like, what is going on?" So when he walks into the kitchen is a big mess. It's burnt toast, chopped up hot dogs that's not been cooked, cheese, and a lot of egg yolk everywhere. The little girl tried to make her dad some eggs, but the heat wasn't turned on all the way, and a piece of toast got stuck in the toaster and it burnt up. So with the kitchen being a mess and the big brothers are yelling at her, he said, "Hey, what's going on?" The little girl says, "Well, Dad, I was trying to make you breakfast for Father's Day." He was mad and irritated, but when she said that, his face lit up and says, "What? Baby, why would you want to make me breakfast for Father's Day?" She says, "Because I love you, Dad." She said, "When I asked Papa what Father's Day means, he said it means that you appreciate your father." He looks at the table at a plate of food that she had laid out for him. He looks back at her and said, "Baby, thank you so much. I love you. Daddy feels so appreciated." The little boys that he had said, "Oh yeah, we forgot it was Father's Day. Happy Father's Day, Dad." And then walked out the kitchen. So then the little girl says, "Daddy, do you want juice or do you want milk?" The father lit up and said, "Just give me some juice." Takes both of their plates and put the hot dogs in the microwave just to warm them up. He sat down and he ate every bit of that food. This is the first time he ever felt appreciated in a long time. As he was eating the food, his daughter would stare at him. And every time he looked back at her, she got really shy and started smiling really hard. So the father says, "Why you keep smiling at me like that?" She said, "Daddy, because I appreciate you." He looked up and started shaking his leg because he's trying to hold tears back. She said, "Daddy, are you ready for your surprise?" He turns his head. He said, Yeah, go get my surprise for me." She get really excited and started clapping her hands because she know that her daddy is going to be beyond happy. So she goes in her room and she grabs her bag and comes back. She's seen that her father been crying and she feels like he's sad. Her mouth dropped and says, "Daddy, are you okay?" He said, Yeah, baby, I'm okay. Daddy just happy right now." She said, okay, Daddy. Close your eyes." He closes his eyes. She pulls his gift out and put it right in front of him. She starts clapping her hands again and says, "Okay, Daddy, you can open your eyes now." He opens his eyes and he looks down and he starts bawling. He could not hold emotion back. And it was a simple gift. It was a 100-piece puzzle of his favorite team. He put his hands on his head and he said, "Baby, why you get this out of all things?" She said, "1, because it's your favorite team, and 2, me and you can put it together." This broke his heart because he wanted to take his life, and now his daughter want to spend time putting a puzzle together with him. The little money she had, she could have bought something for herself, but she bought something for her father. In that moment, that man cherished for the rest of his life. Because those itsy bitsy small moments lifted the world off of that man's shoulders. And all the anger and aggression that he had bottled up from not even talking to anybody about his problems all went away just because of that special moment. So if you're watching this, make sure you can create those special moments with your father before it's too late. I pray that this story touched somebody. And if you want more story times like this, type story time in the comments and your comment could be in the next video. Make sure you follow for more content like this. And to all the cool people that follow me, I'm going to see you in the next video.